Tonight, our look into the cold case of the Oakland County Child Killer takes us on a road trip to North Fox Island in northern Michigan. Police were investigating a child pornography ring on the island back in 1977. Now, just months after 3 Oakland County children were killed and just weeks before another, Timothy King, was abducted.
The pornography operation was run by a man with ties to Metro Detroit, and police were anxious to find out if he was involved in those serial killings.
12-year-old Mark Stebbins was snatched near his Ferndale home. 4 days later, his body was found in a strip mall parking lot in Southfield, smothered, sexually abused, with rope marks binding his wrists and ankles. On December 22, 1976, 12-year-old Jill Robinson vanished after an argument with her mother. Her body was found days later along I-75 near the Big Beaver exit in Troy, shot in the head. On January 2, 1977, 10-year-old Kristine Mihelich disappeared while walking to a 7-Eleven in Berkeley. 19 days later, her body was buried in a snowbank in Franklin Village, smothered to death. On March 16, 1977, 11-year-old Timothy King went missing after leaving his Birmingham home to go to a pharmacy to buy some candy. 6 days later, his body was found in a ditch in Livonia, suffocated and sexually abused.
This case still gives me chills every time I think about it. Back in the mid-70s, in these nice, quiet suburbs around Detroit, Oakland County, where everyone thought their kids were safe, this absolute monster started snatching children. 4 of them between 1976 and 1977. Grabbed them off the streets, kept them locked up for days or even weeks, did unspeakable things, then bathed them, dressed them up nice, and just dumped their little bodies out in the snow by the roadsides, like it was some sick game. Nobody's ever been caught. It's been almost 50 years, and it still haunts Michigan. Let me walk you through the kids one by one. First was Mark Stebbins. He was just 12, a quiet boy. February 15, 1976, he'd been at the American Legion Hall in Ferndale, chatting with his mom, then poof, gone. 6 days later, some poor soul finds him in a snowbank in Southfield. Rope burns on his wrists from being tied up, strangled, and assaulted. But his clothes? Clean as if he'd just come from laundry day. Creepy, right? Then Jill Robinson, also 12. December 22, 1976, holidays no less. She'd gotten in a fight with her mom in Berkeley and stormed out. 17 days go by and her body's on the side of the road, shotgunned at close range. No sexual stuff with her, but clearly held captive that whole time. Kristine Mihelich was next, only 10 years old, super smart kid, straight A's. January 2, 1977, walking to the 7-Eleven in Berkeley for some snacks. 19 long days later, her family must have been losing their minds. Her body's posed out in the snow in Franklin Village. Starved, strangled, legs crossed like a doll. Heartbreaking. And the one that really broke everyone? Timothy King, 11. March 16, 1977. This sweet boy went to a pharmacy in Birmingham, begged his mom for a quarter to buy candy on TV. "I love you, Mom," he said. 6 days later, he's in a ditch in Livonia, suffocated. Freshly bathed from head to toe, even KFC chicken in his belly, like the killer fed him. Who does that? The whole county lost it. Parents wouldn't let kids outside, schools closing early, roads empty. They threw everything at it, a massive task force, like 200 cops, 18,000 tips, helicopters, psychics, you name it. Biggest manhunt ever back then, but nada. Why go to all that trouble cleaning them up, holding them so long? It felt ritualistic, personal. Suspects popped up over the years, but nothing stuck. Ted Lamborghini, this convicted child killer from a Detroit pedo ring, looked good on paper, matched witness drawings, had a gun that fit Jill's wounds, flunked lie detectors. DNA didn't match, though. Arch Sloan, some porn guy, admitted to cruising around with kids in his blue Gremlin, seen near dump sites, but then took it back. Chris Bush was big, connected to this shady North Fox Island boys' camp up north, run by rich creeps abusing kids and selling tapes. His gun linked to Mark's murder. Then he suicides in 1978, right as cops close in. His dad was some GM hotshot. People whisper, cover up. Oh, and this weird phone call to a shrink from a guy named Alan. Said he worked with somebody called Frank, had inside details, wanted immunity. Drop a code word in the newspaper, he'd spill. Never happened. Guy vanished. Speaking of that island, North Fox Island was like this pedo paradise for elites. Millionaire pilots flying boys in, parties, films sold worldwide. Families of the victims dug into it. Tim King's sister Kathy sued to get files released in 2012. Tons of suppressed docs, leads ignored. Makes you wonder if the killer was part of that network, protected by money and power. The families, God, they're the real heroes. Barry King, Tim's brother, found the body himself. They've been fighting non-stop, lobbying, lawsuits, pushing DNA tests, even now in 2026. Evidence got lost. Cops fought each other. Classic mess. But they won't quit. So why still unsolved? Botched investigation from the start. Ignored the ring angle. Time wiped out witnesses. Clues faded. New forensics keep coming up empty. But tips still trickle in. 4 innocent kids. Lives stolen. Oakland County's got this permanent scar.
I would hope that if anybody out there has information on this case, that they would please put it forward, because it has been a very long 45 years for me with no answers at all.
If you know anything, no matter how small, call Michigan State Police at 855-MITCH-TIP. These families deserve justice. We all do. As of today, the truth behind this case is still hidden in the shadows. Somewhere out there, someone knows exactly what happened, but the silence continues. There are still unanswered questions, missing pieces, and a story that refuses to be forgotten. That is what makes cases like this so haunting. If you have any thoughts or theories about this case, share them in the comments below. Sometimes the smallest detail can help bring us closer to the truth. And if you want to explore more stories about unsolved crimes, hidden motives, and mysteries that still leave investigators searching for answers, make sure you subscribe to Crime Labyrinth and turn on notifications. Because in this labyrinth of crime, every story has a path, but not every path leads to the truth.